Welcome back to BOOSIE'S Vlogs. In this BOOSIE'S Vlog video, today I'm going to be giving y'all a short history about an extraordinary woman in the culture of Black America and a very, how can I say it, a very respectable human being in my eyesight. Okay? Her name is Harriet Tubman. Okay. Harriet, and I quote, slavery is bad. We know that now. But sadly, this wasn't always true. Slavery was an American institution for many years before it was abolished forever during the Civil War. There were many courageous heroes who helped defeat slavery, and not all of them wore the Union gray. Harriet Tubman, excuse me, 1822 to 1913, was one of those heroes, an African American woman who was born into slavery in the pre-war South. She escaped and became one of the most successful smugglers of enslaved Americans into the North of the era. She was a talented woman who fought slavery by herself and with others, even serving as a spy for the Union Army during the Civil War. Okay? So a very, very powerful Black queen. Harriet Tubman, born into slavery. Harriet Tubman was born into slavery in Maryland under the name Arminta Ross. As with most slaves, the expected year and place of her birth are unknown. When she was around 5 years old, Harriet was assigned work as a nanny. Every time the baby she was watching cried, Harriet was whipped. She worked in several positions for different masters and was often brutally beaten. As a child, she suffered a serious head injury and suffered from seizures and headaches throughout her life. In 1844, she married a free Black man named John Tubman and changed her name to Harriet, her mother's name. Excuse me. Harriet's escape. In 1849, the man who owned Harriet's family died, and the family was about to be sold off to different people. Harriet and two brothers escaped, but they soon returned for unknown reasons. Likely, they were simply afraid of being hunted down and murdered. Harriet escaped again without her brothers, using a network of activists called the Underground Railroad. Free blacks and white, about an abolitionists, those against slavery, organized networks of escape routes and safe houses to help slaves escape to the North. Harriet's guides hid her in carts or treated her like a slave during the day to prevent suspicious, and traveled at night. The journey from Maryland to Pennsylvania was almost 90 miles, up to a 3-week journey by foot. Harriet. After reaching freedom, Harriet slowly began smuggling relatives to safety. This was made more dangerous by the Fugitive Slave Law of 1850, which increased penalties for runaway slaves and efforts to find them in the North. With each trip back to Maryland, she became more skilled at helping people escape. She learned the name, Moses, for the people she led to safety. Harriet also began transporting slaves out of the United States completely and sent them to Canada, where fugitive slave laws, which had made life more dangerous in the North, could not be reached them. Could not be reached them. Could not reach them. Okay. So as you see, Harriet is doing a lot of work with her family, but also she's very, very strong-minded and very independent. Okay. Over 11 years, Harriet personally rescued around 70 slaves and provided another 60, which means to escape through her role as a conductor on the Underground Railroad. She learned to begin an escape on Saturday evening because there were no newspapers on Sunday, and the escaped slaves' notice wouldn't appear until Monday. Her religious devotion guided her, and she often attributed visions from Caesars as divine presumptions. Any slave who traveled with Harriet lost the opinion to give up and return back to slavery. There are even accounts of her threatening to shoot any deserters who would give away their route. Despite rewards for her capture, neither Harriet nor a single one of her escapees were ever caught. I want to thank you, family, for listening to that short summary of one of my great pillars in my culture, Miss Harriet Tubman, and we owe her a hand of applause. Thank y'all for watching BOOSIE'S Vlogs. Don't forget to share, like, comment, and subscribe to BOOSIE'S Vlogs.